in this discussion, we're going to explore a pivotal shift in the creative landscape that is currently taking place, and that's about the role of AI in visual design, especially as it pertains to small businesses. So we're going to look at this technology not just as an incremental update of what's possible versus this year versus last year, but in many ways showing how it is democratizing creativity and breaking down the financial barriers that have long hindered small businesses from establishing a strong visual brand. So the future of visual identity is no longer on the horizon, it's here. It's powered by artificial intelligence. So let's begin by understanding the context and what is happening in this transformation. So first, to understand a bit of the problem, what we can call the visual design challenge for small businesses. Historically, founders have been caught in a difficult situation. On one hand, using amateurish visuals like blurry social media posts or dated logos or these things can tend to damage the credibility of businesses and divert customers' attention. And in the digital economy, though, a professional appearance is, of course, very important. It builds trust and credibility for the business and its brand. On the other hand, professional design services are quite expensive. And this creates in a way, a credibility paradox where businesses need a polished look to succeed, but often lack the capital to achieve that sort of polished look. So the emerging solution is in AI design. So we've witnessed quite a huge change in AI's ability over the last couple years, from early AI that produced sort of funny valley and canny sort of not unrealistic images, and to the ability now to act as personalized design assistants. And this technology leap has, in many ways, leveled the playing field between small and large businesses, empowering anyone with a clear vision in their mind, idea of what a picture should be, to function as a creative director without having to actually get into the details or the artistic touches or the drawing by hand or graphics design. All of these things anybody can do depending on their creativity or ability to develop the right kinds of prompts. So we're going to look at three key players in this area. First of all, Canvas's Magic Studio, which is a sort of all-in-one tool for businesses or individuals. Midjourney, which is a very popular application that's been around for less than 2 years, I think, and is gaining a lot of traction, and for its ability for photorealistic and customize imagery. And then Adobe Express with their Firefly tool, which provides enterprise-level professional designs. So first of all, taking a look at the Canva Magic Studio, which has evolved very rapidly from a simple template editor into an AI design hub. So think of it as a Swiss Army knife for small teams. Its design feature can generate entire presentations from a single text prompt. So with their Magic Grab and Edit feature, for example, you can manipulate objects with a photo as if they were separate layers. And then auto branding is another feature that they have, which can crawl through your website and extract brand colors, fonts, and logos, and create this brand image automatically just from the website or online presence that you already have. So this full suite of tools are available and can hugely accelerate design workflow for marketing and for any small business sort of needs. Then there is Midjourney, which has, for many businesses, become the go-to tool for original images to be generated. Its strength mainly lies in its photorealistic accuracy. So a small business can generate studio quality product shots, and for example, a skincare bottle on basalt rock, and then it puts these elements together based on the prompt that you put into it, which includes graphics and other indications, color palettes, descriptive text that helps it to generate the images. So there's also a style reference or a command that allows for maintaining brand consistency across generated images, and also allows businesses to go beyond just generic stock photos into using unique and conceptual art that can capture their brand essence in many ways. And then for a professional edge, Firefly is usually the go-to application where Adobe Express itself is then integrated into AI Firefly. A key feature of this is the generative fill, which can expand an image's borders. So, for example, turning a standard photo into a wide website banner. And unlike many open source models, Firefly is trained on Adobe's licensed stock content, which means the assets that are created are commercially safe and protect business from potential copyright infringement concerns and things of this nature. So the suite effectively bridges the gap between a quick social media post and a polished professional grade marketing material. So I should note it as well. I mean, all of these comments, I'm sounding very positive about the applications. I'm not being paid to do any of this. Just the result of my research, and I am putting it forward in a good light without a critical review necessarily. Of course, there are strengths and weaknesses of using any of these applications, and not the least of which is cost consideration, which we're talking about on this slide. So the difference, of course, between using these AI tools for content and creative design versus hiring outside agency or having an internal team that focuses only on this. I mean, the differences can be huge. So for a startup, this isn't just about saving money necessarily. It's about reclaiming the runway of the business and keeping things going and getting that extra initial few steps. Now, this is also important to note that yes, there are some designers out there, and I've seen online videos of this where they review what is AI generated, and then they put it to a third party who doesn't know. And sometimes people can even say, yeah, this AI generated, or that's a very entry level design or not very sophisticated. So that also brings to mind the importance of the prompt and the concept behind what goes into the generation of AI. AI can do some outstanding artwork, and it's really amazing to see some of the work that is possible. But of course, it also requires discretion on the part of the user and being able to discern what's a good design, what's a good result, and what has to be done over again. So and that is in many ways a game changer. Again, not to necessarily have to get external resources, and for an owner or a team that has a keen eye on design details, AI is a fantastic tool potentially to save a lot of money. And another nice thing about the AI tools is they have an instant iteration advantage. I mean, speed is everything. So if a trend emerges in the morning or something on the news or some new information, a business can immediately turn around something that is visual and with a storyline and connected to the brand in a very short period of time. And it can be done with high quality branded graphics, in many cases generated under 5 minutes. I mean, this enables an agile design process, allowing businesses to create and test dozens of visual variations in a short period of time. So consequently, small businesses can now punch above their weight in this regard, especially matching the frequency and volume potential of content development with a professional polish as compared to larger companies. So then we look at this in a bigger picture view regarding total creative control. So traditionally, it's been a challenge for small businesses or anybody developing a design to be lost in translation between what the owner is thinking in his or her mind versus what the artist or the graphics designer is seeing in his or her mind. So AI can eliminate this barrier in many. There's still obviously a translation consideration that has to be taken into account with the input of the right prompts, but the rapid iteration helps push beyond that. So in many ways, this empowers founders and small business owners to experiment affordably and to generate various differences or to generate many variations on the concept that they're developing in their mind, and the cost on a per iteration basis is quite small. Of course, there is a cost in time and in learning the AI and learning good prompt development. But this level of brand experimentation, previously something that only large companies could do, again, narrowing that gap in capabilities between what small businesses can do versus what large businesses have been doing all along. So then the question is how to go about this. So this can be done in steps. The first step is to define the style. So before even opening an AI tool, a business or creator must have some idea in their mind about the brand's visual personality or its vibe, so to speak. So this includes codifying the core brand DNA, as we say. So the primary and secondary colors, the typography, the shapes and layout styles that are preferred, and this is sort of a style seed that acts as the foundational guide for the AI and enables or makes it possible that generated content after that is cohesive and consistent. And so all of this needs to be put into the AI in the early stages, but first developing that content oftentimes manually, or it can be developed generated AI, however that first stage is done. But that the important thing is for the business owner or the designer to think through what is the personality that they want to convey through this design work. So the next part of the process is building a prompt library. So AI is only as good as its instructions. This prompt library is quite important for as a set of master prompts to enable consistent generation of the brand image and enabling a more specific visual identity and consistent visual identity. So it should include things about the brand, for example, preferred lighting. Is it bright or airy, moody and industrial? So AI can take these abstract words and give them visual meaning automatically. So that, of course, requires some experimentation, and but to find the right words or to take a thought, ask AI to regenerate the image and take out this feature or add that feature or whatever. This can be an iterative process. It almost always is an iterative process. But having these prompts, a prompt library, then helps to streamline this process over time. So if there's then if the creator or designer needs a new asset, it's simply oftentimes a matter of combining prompts that have been used in the past and introducing new variations to a certain part of the prompt. So there's no magic formula for doing this. It's just a matter of iterating the designs, becoming good at it, and practicing over time. And eventually the AI becomes, again, the AI is no better than the prompt. And as the prompter gets better at his or her skill set, then the AI will also get better. So that leads us into what is always the final step, is the human refinement. So can't think of AI as a complete replacement for human creativity, but instead should be viewed as an assistant. So the AI generates the rough cut, the initial layout, and the imagery, and then it's the person's job to provide the final polish. So this can involve several different ways of doing this, but it's basically checking for alignment, verifying color accuracy and compliance with the brand image guidelines, and most importantly, the look and feel that ensures that there's a sense of authenticity, or that there's a human touch in all of this. So this final touch is what, for many designers, elevates a good average design into a great design. So beyond all of that, of course, there's a strategic consideration. And to truly integrate the AI and get the maximum effectiveness, there are some strategic considerations that have to be, that should be considered as a part to all this, a strategy layer, so to speak. So first of all, what are the non-negotiable visual anchors? So the hex codes as far as colors, fonts, and logo placements that need to always be consistent to convey a steady brand image. Second part of this is considering the visual language of the industry and what kind of keywords are common. So to make sure that this language of the industry is included as part of the AI prompt library. And then third, to identify any of the design bottlenecks. So what sort of repetitive tasks are costing a business the most time? Strategically, these are the areas that the business can hone in on first to prioritize the AI solution to solve these areas. So for many businesses, that daily grind sort of activity is in the social media post or the blog writing and the visuals that go along with that, which for many businesses represents the perfect starting point to implement the AI capabilities and get the biggest bang for the buck right from the start. So here's the bottom line to sum it up where we're at now in the early part of 2026. No more excuses for a business not to have a presentable visual brand. Budget barriers that had previously prevented this process from taking place have essentially collapsed. So a small business is in many ways just like a large business when it comes to branding and its image creation and development. AI tools can help businesses act as their own creative director, or a business owner can act as a creative director and able to produce professional, brand-ready assets at any time in a very short period of time. Also enables a business to, especially in the early stages, to save a substantial amount of money, or on the other side, to present a stronger visual representation of themselves without a lot of money, and to focus on the other higher value growth activities. So in this way, the message is clear. No need to wait for it. The capabilities are there. It just takes a bit of time for anyone who is somewhat literate about AI and the applications and the tools that are available to get out there. And from there, it's just a matter of practice, 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 and learn the tricks of the trade over time. It doesn't take that long, and to experiment with the process and then to generate some amazing images on the other side of that ramp up and training period. So as I said, it just takes a bit of time. There's some amazing potential both in still and in video content. Videos can be generated of people that do not exist, but people that can say things with hand gestures, with facial gestures. I could be AI, but I'm not. I'm actually a real person. But in the not too distant future, there will not be a way to know for sure. And that's the amazing thing. Let's find out where this journey is going to take us. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great day ahead.